Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call to order the October 14, 2025 Paramount City Council meeting. And we are going to have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Melissa Douglas from Sukasa, followed by the invocation by Pastor Ken Korver from Emmanuel Church.
Thank you. Good evening. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Let's pray together. Lord, we thank you for the beautiful city of Paramount. We're really grateful to belong to one another. We thank you for how there's been a lot of humility and cooperation for many years and teamwork so that we could look out for each other and seek to bless the city together. We thank you for your example of washing feet, of being the servant, of loving the neighbor. We pray we would keep going in this direction. Bless our mayor and our council and our staff. Give them wisdom and insight. Continue to walk in humility and in teamwork, and we pray blessing upon blessing on the city. And we pray you give wisdom tonight. We thank you for this night. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. And roll call of council members, please.
Councilmember Aguayo.
Here.
Councilmember Delgadillo.
Present.
Councilmember Claire Stallings. Vice Mayor Olmos.
I'm here.
Mayor Lemons.
Here.
All present.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, we are recognizing some special people, organizations in our community. Before we begin, we'd like to share a quick video featuring our second Public Safety Disaster Preparedness Expo. This event brings essential disaster preparedness resources to families who participated in hands-on demonstrations and learned safety tips from emergency response experts. Following that, we have a video from our friends at Siaka. If you're an animal lover, we hope you will consider adopting, volunteering, or donating to the Siaka shelter. Afterwards, we have some presentations that we will do down at the podium.
Hello, this is Mayor Marco Barcena. I just came back from volunteering at Siaka Animal Shelter with this program called Wild Tunes. I was a music volunteer, and this program allows you to come by and play guitar. Play some music for the animals at the animal shelter. It was a really nice experience. The dogs get kind of tripped out about what's happening. The cats are a little more curious. They like to listen. It's just something nice to do with these animals that potentially could be adopted. So when you come here and you play your music, share it on social media so that you increase the chances of these animals being adopted. And something good to do on your free time. I recommend it. I'll put some more information in the description.
So that was the the mayor of Bell Gardens entertaining the animals at Siaka. And if you're wondering why your mayor doesn't go entertain you, heard those dogs howling? That's because I was singing in the background. I see that our school board president is here, so I want you to know that this is a program that's open to all of our residents, and I thought would be especially nice for our students if they want to volunteer to participate. Anybody who plays an instrument or, has a beautiful voice and you want to go down, you just call Siaka and tell them you want to go down to the facility, and they'll let you go in the room with the animals, and they say it's just amazing to watch how they can have high anxiety and just start to calm down from the instruments and the playing music. So I thought our kids in band, might want to go down and do a solo for the some of the animals, or maybe one of the choirs. And I think that'd be a great opportunity for them to do some volunteer work. So FYI. Thank you. Okay, next up we're going to go down to the podium and do some presentations. Okay, would Melissa come back up? The Director of Programs, and Alberte Uribe, and Executive Director at Sukasa. Please join us. Melissa Dugas? Oh, there you are. I was looking at that long-haired lady in the news.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Each October, we recognize National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, an issue that touches far too many lives. Nationally, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. And on average, nearly 20 people every minute are physically abused by a partner in the United States. These numbers are sobering, but they remind us why it's so important to support those who are suffering in silence. Thankfully, there are organizations that make a difference. Here in Paramount, Sukasa provides that lifeline. From counseling and case management to transitional housing and community education. Their team offers safety, healing, and hope to survivors and their families. We are deeply grateful for their compassion and dedication to ending the cycle of abuse. On behalf of the Paramount City Council, I'm proud to present a proclamation declaring October as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the city of Paramount. Would either of you like to say, either or both of you, say a few words?
Good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. On behalf of the board and the staff of Sukasa Ending Domestic Violence, I want to thank everyone here on City Council at the City of Paramount for this wonderful recognition. Just so that you know, Sukasa has been around since 1979, providing shelters, transitional and emergency, to women and their children throughout the Southeast LA area. And Paramount is one of the cities that has worked very closely with Sukasa for many, many years now. So on behalf of everyone, I want to thank the city for this proclamation. Thank you. Melissa, I don't know if you wanted to say a little something?
Oh, no. Again, this is great that we got this. Thank you so much. I think anything that we can do to bring awareness to Sukasa, anything that we can do to bring awareness to victims and survivors out there, that let them know that we're here. We have a 24-hour hotline. We have staff willing and ready to help at a moment's notice. So if you know of anybody or you think that somebody may be going through something, give them our number and have them reach out to us. We have counselors ready right now on our 24-hour crisis line.
While you're up there, Melissa, is there anything that, besides financial donations that are always helpful, or is there any physical needs for Sukasa that people should know about, or where they can donate things?
Yeah, so we have an Amazon wish list. You can reach out to Alberto or myself. It's a public wish list. Everything that's on the Amazon wish list is needed by a family that's currently in our shelter right now. We're seeing a lot of families that are coming in with nothing. We didn't really see this. We saw this during COVID, and now we're seeing it a little bit more often, that they're just escaping with just the clothes on their back. So Sukasa does provide everything that anybody can need, including school supplies and shoes. You know, we had rain today, and there's a lot of kids that don't have closed-toed shoes, rain boots, jackets to keep them dry and warm during school. We provide all of that. So everything on the Amazon wish list is something that our families who are currently residing in our program, in our shelters, desperately need. So know that if you go onto the Amazon wish list and you purchase something, it is directly going to that family. And as the families rotate out, we will remove those items and then ask incoming families what they need, and we will add that to the Amazon wish list.
That's a great way to do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, thank
Join us
you.
for a photo.
Oh, yes.
Forward.
Turn them up.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta show the city logo.
Exactly.
Everyone, big smiles.
Folks, big smiles. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming, Sharon. Would Shamara Banks, Operations Manager from Pools of Hope, please join us? October is also National Physical Therapy Month, which recognizes the vital role of physical therapy plays in helping people restore movement, manage pain, and improve their overall quality of life. Behind every success story of recovery, there's often a dedicated therapist guiding someone towards renewed strength and confidence. Here in Paramount, we're proud to celebrate an organization that embodies the spirit of that every single day, Pools of Hope. Through their warm water therapy programs, they serve more than 2,000 people each year, including children, seniors, veterans, and adults living with disabilities or chronic conditions. Their therapeutic pools don't just help people heal physically, they also offer emotional support and a sense of belonging that truly changes lives. I've been to this facility and it is truly a community. The people there spend a lot of time just speaking with each other and supporting each other and helping each other around the facilities. We're grateful for their commitment to wellness, inclusion, and hope in our community. We're honored to present this proclamation declaring October as National Physical Therapy Month in the city of Paramount to Pools of Hope. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Shamara Banks. I'm the operations manager at Pools of Hope. I've been there for going on 10 years. Pools of Hope has been in North Long Beach since 1963. So on behalf of Pools of Hope, I would like to say thank you to the city of Paramount and to the councilwomen here today. And I love the pink.
Friends, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, one more. 1, 2, 3. Big smiles. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you. Would Abigail Aguirre please join us for Mujeres Unidas Riendo Activamente, or better known as MUSA. Tonight, you may have noticed that City Council members and staff are wearing pink. That's because each October we join communities across the nation in recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is the time to honor survivors, remember those we've lost, and reaffirm our commitment to early detection and support for all who are affected. Breast cancer remains the most common cancer among women worldwide. And here in the United States, about 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in her lifetime. But thanks to advances in research, early screening, and the incredible strength of survivors and advocates, survival rates continue to rise. To show our support, the north side of City Hall is lit up in pink, along with string lights down Jackson Boulevard. Sorry. I have a couple family members who are breast cancer survivors, so I know what a battle this is. Along with string lights down Jackson Boulevard for the month of October. Tonight, we're proud to recognize a member of MUSA who represents that same spirit of strength, compassion, and advocacy. Abigail was diagnosed in January last year and is currently undergoing treatment, a journey that will continue for the next 5 years. Through it all, she's remained active as a MUSA member, taking part in MUSA activities and the Cancer Awareness Walk. She also volunteered for Our Lady of the Rosary for more than 25 years, all while being a proud Paramount resident for 41 years. Devoted to her husband and 4 children, Abigail's courage and positivity are an inspiration to all of us. On behalf of the Paramount City Council, it is my honor to present you with this proclamation declaring October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Abigail, is there anything you'd like to say? Do you want to say anything? No? Okay.
Nos vamos a tomar una foto si gusta pasar aquí.
Ready, friends? 1, 2, 3.
Voy a quitar los audífonos para que se tome una foto, ¿está bien? Me voy a quitar.
Ready, ready? 1, 2, 3. That's very nice.
Would Lisa Kirk, Director of Pupil Services, and President Alicia Anderson from PUSD, please join us? October 23rd through the 31st is celebrated as National Red Ribbon Week everywhere. It is the longest-running drug prevention campaign in the United States and reminds our youth to stay away from drugs while making positive choices for their future. Here in Paramount, we're proud to have a strong partner in the Paramount Unified School District, which helps us lead this effort through education, outreach, and student engagement. From classroom discussions to campus activities, our schools play a crucial role in teaching students the importance of making safe, informed decisions and standing up to peer pressure. Thank you for all of the important work you do to keep our kids safe and drug-free. We are happy to present you with this proclamation recognizing Red Ribbon Week in Paramount. Either of you like to say something? Or both of you like to say something?
I will begin. I would like to say thank you, ladies, on the City Council for recognizing Red Ribbon Week. It's very important that we all every day remind our children to stay away from drugs. It's a battle that we all have to fight daily, and we really appreciate your support.
Yes. Just like, thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's take one more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Would Lieutenant Adrian Guillen and Sergeant Jonathan Hill and the Special Assignment Officer team please join us? These are just some of the dedicated members of our Paramount law enforcement team. And tonight, we're recognizing them as we proclaim October as National Crime Prevention Month. The City of Paramount is proud to have such a strong partnership with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Together with our public safety team, they work tirelessly to keep our neighborhoods safe, informed, and connected. We're also grateful for the many others who contribute to this effort. Our neighborhood watch groups, volunteers on patrol, community service officers, code enforcement officers, and all of our sworn LASD staff. Because of everyone's collaboration and commitment, Paramount has continued to see a long-term decline in serious crime. This success reflects our entire community's shared dedication to safety. This month, we encourage residents to take part in prevention activities and community events that help keep Paramount safe. We recently held a fantastic Coffee with a Cop event at Gracias Cafecito, where over 86 members of the community connected with deputies. And in September, we had our second Public Safety and Disaster Preparedness Expo at the Paramount Sheriff's Station, which had around 800 participants attend. It was a great way to meet our local deputies, our fire department, and other partners who protect and serve our city every day. On behalf of the City Council, I want to thank our Sheriff's Department and our public safety partners for their continued dedication to Paramount. Please accept this proclamation on behalf of National Crime Prevention Month.
Just wanted to thank council for all their support and the public safety director for all her support and her assistance, but especially the very involved community. They make it easy to do this job. Thank you.
I think we should have, let me have council here.
How about just him down here in the middle, yeah, with the certificate?
Let's put him on this one. Okay. You guys okay? All right, big smiles.
Alrighty, eyes up here. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take one more. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
I have to tell you, we do have the most incredible public safety team, and our deputies are so dedicated and tell us all the time how much they love working in our beautiful city. And I've met several of them who grew up here and have come back to serve our city. So thank you, really, thank you so much. Would Planning Commissioner Chair Linda Timmons please join us? October is also a time to celebrate National Community Planning Month. Good planning is the foundation of every thriving city. It ensures that growth is thoughtful, sustainable, and designed with people in mind. Here in Paramount, we're proud to have an exceptional planning commission and dedicated city staff who work hand in hand to guide development, preserve neighborhood character, and plan for our city's future. Their efforts help create spaces where residents can live, work, and play safely and beautifully. From revitalizing commercial corridors to ensuring new housing and infrastructure that meet the community needs. Their work touches every part of our daily life in Paramount. And on behalf of the Paramount City Council, I want to extend our sincere gratitude for your professionalism, creativity, and commitment to serving our residents. Thank you for accepting this proclamation on behalf of National Community Planning Month, and we'd like to give you an opportunity to say something. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. This is a great opportunity on behalf of our Planning Commission and our Building and Planning Department. The Planning Department does a lot, and our city is constantly changing. Our cities, our counties, and we've got to all jump in and help out, and this is what our planning community, this is our planning community month is about, and it's about our citizens being involved and knowing what planning department does. So thank you so much, and I'm sure that you all have something that you will have to work with our planning department about, and our staff is great. They are willing to help you. I put them on blast. But seriously, we have a great department, a great team. Our planning director is wonderful, so if you ever need any assistance with building, planning, if you're getting building permits, planning department is here to support you. So thank you.
Thank you. who's everyone planning to join
Sure.
us up here?
So planning can join us. And then planning staff is here. We're gonna go back there.
Okay.
Get your peers up here.
So if I can have council on the
I think
front
just like
again,
this.
and then if I can have staff in the back, please. And then. Can I have you guys take a step? There we go. Okay, big smiles.
Ready, folks? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take one more.
Okay.
Alrighty, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
In my full-time job before I retired, I was the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. And I have to tell you, the people that came in my office, whether they were from a city surrounding us or from within Paramount, they always had fantastic things to say about working with our planning department and trying to open a business, about how cooperative they were, how fast they were, and that it had been unlike any other city they'd ever worked for. They had some bad things to say about other cities, but I'm not going to talk about that. Would Pastor Ken Corver and Pastor Richard Caballero please join us? It's a true honor to recognize a remarkable milestone for one of Paramount's dedicated and caring institutions, Emmanuel Church, celebrating 100 years of faith, service, and community. That alone deserves applause. For a century, Emmanuel Church has been more than just a place of worship. It's been a source of strength, compassion, and action for countless residents. Their members prioritize service to others, showing what it truly means to give back. In the 1980s, Emmanuel Church joined our Looking Good program, painting more than 500 homes in just 3 years, an incredible example of community pride in action. Over the years, they've continued to support local families through the Paramount Care Foundation food drives, and today through Pitch In Paramount, helping to beautify neighborhoods across our city. Am I going to compete with that? The church also has a School of Arts program that provides 200 kids with free lessons in guitar, piano, dance, and more. They also partner with the city to offer students an after-school learning program supported by PEP. Most recently, they stepped up alongside Musa and the city to provide immigration humanitarian resources through grocery delivery and food distribution. This lasting commitment to both people and place has helped shape Paramount into the caring community that we are today. On behalf of the Paramount City Council, I'm proud to present this certificate of recognition to Emmanuel Church in honor of 100 years of faith, fellowship, and extraordinary service to the city of Paramount.
So I'm Ken, and this is Pastor Richard. On behalf of Emmanuel Church, we receive this, and we're really grateful. I'm really proud. Grew up in Paramount, Lincoln, and then Alondra, then Paramount High. And I'm really proud of our council and our mayor. I'm really proud of our staff. I brag about our staff and our council a lot. We're humbled by what happens in this community. We've been here 100 years, and we're trying to follow Jesus Christ. And he made a great, obviously, thousands of great lines, but one was, he didn't come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. So he came that people might be saved, but he came to serve. And right before he died, he washed everybody's feet. And they said, only the slaves wash feet. And that's what I am. I'm the servant. I'm the servant. And he said, you'll be blessed if you serve. So we've been grateful for the chance to serve. There's a prayer you've all heard of. Your kingdom come, your will be done right here on earth as in heaven. We believe that Paramount has had a lot of blessings, and we're grateful. And we want to live as servants of Jesus, blessing in his way, and we're just proud to belong to Paramount. Mi español no espectacular, pero poco a poco I practicar español cada día porque mi community has mucho personas habla español. But Pastor Richard is our pastor of Spanish, and he's a great gift. Pastor Richard, could you say a word in Spanish? His español is poco mejor than mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Muchas gracias a la ciudad por este reconocimiento. Somos muy bendecidos de pertenecer a esta ciudad y en nombre de nuestra comunidad quiero darle muchas gracias al City Council porque nos hemos sentido muy apoyados, especialmente en estos días que han sido muy difíciles para nuestra comunidad. Hemos sentido el apoyo, nos sentimos protegidos, nos sentimos amados y bendecidos de ser parte de Paramount. Muchas gracias.
There's a 100-year celebration the last Sunday of October. You're all invited, and God bless you. Thank you. I'll do this. I'll plug my pen right here.
All right. Everyone ready? Big smile.
Ready, friends? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I actually remember in the 1980s opening my front door one day and seeing this massive group of volunteers at several houses on my block painting and pulling weeds and mowing lawns, and I didn't know what was happening. I was like, you know, wow, who's transforming our neighborhood overnight? And that's when I first heard the name Emmanuel Reformed Church, and that you guys had dedicated yourself when you started that program for 1 full year. What was it, 100 volunteers for every Saturday? 3 years. For 3 years. Yeah, for every Saturday. They guaranteed the city they would do that, and there are a lot of neighborhoods in Paramount that were changed through that transformation. So thank you again. Would Donna Soriano please come to the podium? For our final presentation, we have another milestone to recognize. This year, SIACA is celebrating 50 years of service. For half a century, SIACA has been a trusted resource for cities across the region, providing compassionate care for animals and dedicated service to the residents who love them. Their work goes far beyond animal control as they promote responsible pet ownership, offer adoption opportunities, and help reunite countless lost pets with their families. Our partnership with SIACA reflects our shared commitment to public safety, animal welfare, and education. Together, we've helped create a community where both people and pets can thrive. On behalf of the Paramount City Council, we congratulate you on 50 years of service, compassion, and dedication. Yeah.
I do have a couple words. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having us today. My name is Donna Soriano. I'm the Manager of Outreach and Community Development at SIACA, which stands for the Southeast Area Animal Control Authority. And it is an absolute honor to receive this recognition tonight on behalf of SIACA and the Board of Commissioners. Together as a community, we celebrate this milestone and the progress we've made over the past 50 years. SIACA remains committed to promoting responsible pet ownership, and we are deeply thankful to the City of Paramount for its ongoing support through various programs and services. We extend our heartfelt thanks to the Paramount community for their compassion and dedication to their furry companions. We are also thankful to the City of Paramount for taking this moment to recognize the importance and professional work that is provided by the SIACA's wonderful staff and volunteers. We look forward to continuing our partnership with the community and the City of Paramount as we work together to protect the health and safety of both the residents and the animals and their pets in the community. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3. Take one more. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. Don't forget, if there's any talent out there, Wild Tunes wants you to join them at Siaka. Come play an instrument, sing them a song. The animals are not picky. Okay, that concludes our presentations for this evening. We're going to take a brief 5-minute break, and then we'll continue with the business of the city. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Is it
Yes.
working? Okay. We have public comment updates.
Yes, Madam Mayor, we have one from the September 23rd City Council meeting. The commenter was Mr. Eugene Aguilar. He urged the city's collaboration with the Historical Society to help ensure successful alumni reunions and gatherings, and suggested offering waivers of city fees for facility rentals and advertising events on the city's webpage. So in response to that, staff will continue communications with the Historical Society Board to learn how the city can support their activities in this regard. Staff will also agendize an item for the ad hoc committee meeting to discuss any support that they can provide to PHS alumni reunions. Additionally, staff will arrange for a meeting with the resident and with PUSD. And that concludes public comment updates from the September 23rd City Council meeting. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Not, we'll move to public comments. Do we have any?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Our first comment is, sure this name is here, I'm sorry. City Council about progress on Paramount Historic Museum. Is there somebody that want to talk about the, oh, there he is. Oh, it's Mr. Aguilar. Must be. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Aguilar, you want to come on up to the podium?
Doesn't say anything.
Oh, good job.
And if you'll press that little button and turn the mic back on. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eugene Aguilar III here, yes again. At this point, I might as well start paying rent at this podium. But showing up means I still care, and that's what this city deserves, people who keep showing up. Now I'm about to do the thing no council loves, offer a little criticism. But it's not from a bad place. It's from someone who believes progress only happens when we can listen without flinching, even when it's a little uncomfortable. First off, my last speech didn't make it to YouTube. I brought my parents to that one. Proud night for me, but when they tried to replay it later, it stopped at 8 seconds. I'd appreciate it if the media team could take another look, small thing, like that builds trust. Second, about the Paramount Historic Society. I love what it represents, but right now it feels like it's running at half strength. I know progress takes time, and I respect the work being done. I just hope the city keeps a sense of urgency to preserve the stories that built this place, while the people who live them are still here. One day it'll be our turn, and we'll want the next group to care enough to do the same. I say this with respect, not to stir the pot, but to keep us sharp. I love this city, and I know we get better when we stay open and keep moving forward together. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Loria Lastra? Did I pronounce that correctly? Uvia. Uvia Lastra.
Hello, my name is Uvia Lastra. I reside at 13629 Rancho Camino Drive, Paramount, California 90723, and I'm a registered voter. I am here on behalf of my family and myself, residing at the stated address, and our neighbors. A little on our property and neighborhood. We are located in between the LA River and Century Boulevard and the Pacific Electric Railway. Unless you walk the LA Trail, no one knows we're there. We're out of view in a secluded HOA neighborhood. We are a uniquely located area where the closest residential building to us is more than 100 feet away, so about as far as from here to Northgate. Our closed-off neighborhood is zoned single-family R1, but with an additional ordinance pertaining to our area only, which is Ordinance 594. Therefore, we are allowed horses, stables, horse grazing trails, and arenas. I would like to note that according to the city's planning director, John, who I am in contact with, we are the only PDPS R1 zone left in the city of Paramount. So with that being said, we are requesting the city members to present, pass, approve, and adopt a new ordinance that will allow our specific PDPS R1 zone to allow chickens. Our other 4th district cities like Long Beach, Lakewood, and Bellflower already have ordinances in place allowing chickens in their communities, so we are hopeful our requests can be adopted as well. So with that being said, we look forward to working with the City of Paramount and coming to a resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Madam Mayor, our last speaker's card is Miss Andrea Crow from the Paramount Library. Andrea.
Good evening, Mayor Lemons, Vice Mayor Olmos, council members, and residents of Paramount. This week, Paramount Library is offering a series of engaging and enriching programs for our community. Tomorrow, Wednesday, October 15th at 5 p.m., children ages 5 to 12 are invited to a special story time with the mayor. Guests will enjoy a story read by Mayor Lemons, followed by a fun art activity. On Friday, October 17th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we have Play and Explore. Children ages 2 to 5 and their caregivers are welcome to participate in an early learning program designed to foster pre-literacy, social, and motor skills through hands-on exploration at a variety of activity stations. And finally, on Saturday, October 18th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., in recognition of LGBTQ+ History Month, teens ages 12 to 18 are invited to learn about the influential pop artist Keith Haring and create their own coaster inspired by his dynamic, colorful style. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Okay, next up we have the consent calendar, items 5 through 10.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. May I have roll call, please?
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos? Mayor Lemons?
Yes. Next up, under new business, we have a public hearing on ordinance number 1206.
Yes, Madam Mayor, 1206, coming up. Yes, this is, a couple of years ago, the City Council directed staff to handle requests for indoor storage facilities on a case-by-case basis through a zone change. With 7 existing self-storage facilities in town at the time, we were concerned that with the proliferation of self-storage facilities. So the principles behind the case-by-case basis approach was to move forward with projects that we see that will be located in industrial zones and that would eliminate dilapidated heavy industrial uses that create environmental impacts. I'm happy to say that this project before you will fulfill these principles, and we're familiar with this proposed developer. So with that, I'll turn it over to our Assistant Director of Planning and Building, Ms. Monica Mercado Rodriguez, who will tell you about the proposed developer, the project, and the zone change. Monica.
Thank you, John. So good evening, Madam Mayor and the council, as well as the public. As stated, the request before you is by Go Store It, Madison Capital Holdings, to change the official zoning map from M2, M2 heavy manufacturing to PDPS, planned development with performance standards, to allow the construction of a self-storage facility. Okay, so just a little bit of background on the property. So the property dates back to 1980s, approved for the construction of a metal shop building for an existing fabrication shop. So later, the property expanded and added an office building, which exists today. So the previous operator, Wagner Plate Works, Pressure Vessel Technologies, operated as a manufacturer of tanks for pipelines, oil, gas, and water treatment. So the property owner recently retired and the business has been permanently closed. Since then, the site has remained vacant, leading onto ongoing challenges with unhoused individuals occupying the abandoned office building. This has resulted in repeated incidents of vandalism, graffiti of the existing office building, as shown in the photos before you. We also had a few months back a fire at this location, believed to be caused by the individual squatting on the premises.
Okay, so the slide before you is previous actions that have been taken, as mentioned by John. On February 27, 2024, the City Council directed staff to evaluate self-storage proposals on a case-by-case basis. And on October 1st, 2025, the Planning Commission recommended the City Council approve zone change number 5251 and approve tentative tract map number 84936. Additionally, the Development Review Board approved the project design under Development Review Application number 25003. So the slide before you is an image of the project site located on the southeast corner of Pedersen Lane and Garfield Avenue. The property spans approximately 66,731 square feet and is surrounded on all sides, north, south, east, and west by industrial uses. The proposed change from M2 to PDPS will allow the construction of an indoor self-storage facility that is compatible with the surrounding industrial and commercial uses. The project will replace outdated industrial buildings previously associated with hazardous emissions, improving air quality and reducing environmental risk. Additionally, the new facility will enhance the area's appearance, reduce vandalism, lower traffic volumes, and serve as a catalyst for broader redevelopment efforts along Garfield Avenue. So the project includes a condition of approval that would require the applicant to enter a community benefits agreement with the city, which includes a $400,000 contribution to support local initiatives. This agreement helps offset the limited physical return from the self-storage facility. The city attorney, as well as the city council, will review the agreement and will be presented to the city council for final approval. The contribution will be intended to be utilized for a future city museum. The project aligns with the city's sustainability goals outlined in the Paramount Climate Action Plan. The project will feature rooftop solar panels supporting Measure R31, increased local renewable energy generation. It also includes drought-tolerant landscaping that complies with the city water use and aesthetic standards, contributing to Measure WA1, promote water conservation. Additionally, demolition of the existing structures will follow the city's construction and demolition diversion program, helping to reduce landfill waste in support of Measure WR1, solid waste diversions. So the slide before you shows the rendering of the proposed self-storage as approved by the Development Review Board. The east elevation facing Garfield Avenue, north elevation facing Pedersen Lane will both feature an artwork element. This artwork will consist of a custom laser cut panel subject to the approval by the Public Art Advisory Committee. The building's height is scaled, rising from 46 feet along Garfield Avenue to 67 feet at the rear, away from the street. Overall, the proposed indoor self-storage facility aligns with surrounding land uses and will enhance the appearance of a currently blighted site. Through thoughtful design discussions with the applicant and the community benefits agreement, the project reflects a long-term investment in the Paramount community. With that, staff is recommending that the City Council read by title only, waive further reading, and introduce ordinance number 1206 and place it on the next City Council meeting. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for questions.
Thank you. Do I have questions?
No question, I move.
No? Wes?
Second.
Yes, no question. Oh, I have a question.
Oh, she has a
Did
question.
somebody
Sorry.
say yes? You had a question?
No, we were just motioning.
No
it.
motion,
Yeah.
but sorry. On the drawing that you had up, so you pointed to the red brick-looking thing as like an art?
So the red kind of rectangle that you see on the east and north elevation, so that would be laser cut. So we are working with the applicant in terms of the final design, but again, that would be brought before the Public Advisory Committee for approval.
Is the blue and red that's there, is that glass windows?
Those are glass.
And the red behind it is what, the lockers? Or
I think that's from behind the building, what you'll see through the window.
So those would be like lockers or something? Red?
They're the doors, right?
I think those are doors,
Yeah,
more
they
than
do
likely.
appear to be the roll-up doors.
So they're roll-up.
Is that
doors,
correct,
so they're-
Adam?
They are.
Yes, but they're not functional. It's more branding, marketing, if you.
Oh.
So yes, it looks like those doors. It's the
They look
red.
like those metal roll-up doors.
But you won't see people from the street. They're not accessible actual units. It's more of a marketing tool to have those doors or end identity.
but they're metal roll-up doors.
Yes.
That aren't, and that's what you would see through the glass? Because that's like see-through glass, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Do you have something like that that's somewhere else? I mean, that doesn't sound attractive to me. It sounds very like industrial looking, and I mean, part of the reason that we're allowing these storage units in certain parts of our city is to elevate the aesthetics. And so I'm just saying I don't understand having beautiful see-through glass and looking at metal roll-up doors. Even if they're not functional, that's what you're going to think they are. And you're saying that they're branding.
So yes, ma'am, we have.
Can you come up to, I should have you on.
Madam Mayor,
I'm sorry.
now would be a good time to open the public hearing.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So we've had the staff report. I'm going to open the public hearing. And so now you can come up and talk to me, right?
Good evening, Mayor Lemons, esteemed council members. I'm Adam Lentz. So it's good to be back. So you had asked about an example. We actually have another facility on Minnesota, just south of Alondra, that has the same
So
treatment.
that's yours too?
Yes, the one with the mural on it.
Yeah, and I love the mural, and I remember seeing the initial designs. I have to tell you, my disappointment was that once it was constructed, that it was so small and only visible from one direction. And so that's what I'm looking more for, something, because the mural is beautiful, I think, and I think it really adds something to the boulevard. And because they don't really bring anything else to our city, aesthetically, I want them to be the best that they can.
I totally understand, and so that's what we were trying to incorporate. Another beautiful artistic element with those red paint. It's going to be like gently backlit, so it's going to be laser cut. So if you think about a backlight behind a
Yeah, and I get the brick part. I just don't get
Yeah.
the glass showing through to metal roll-up doors. And so I haven't seen those at the other facility when I drive by. And so you're saying the glass that's there, if I went by, I would see that same effect?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will check that out.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, and if you'd like it, I'm happy to walk you through so you can see how the facility operates.
I just want to visually see it from the street. That's where my greatest interest is just, like I said, I want it to be really aesthetically pleasing. I would be lying if I didn't say I was disappointed with the one that you can view from Rosecrans. There are parts of it that I think are very attractive, but I think we missed the boat in some areas.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
we're not the one on
We're on
Rosecrans.
Minnesota.
Okay, then we're not talking about the one that's visible from Rosecrans.
Correct. We're talking, his is the one over here off of
Alondra and Minnesota.
Okay, so I can't even recall that one, so I'll have to go and drive.
Yeah, it's a very similar. You'll see on the corner the glass element and with the doors set
Yeah,
back.
so I'll go by there and look at that one then.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Great.
Thank you, and if not, then we'll are you wanting plan approval for this tonight for the architectural design of what's
No,
before us?
Development Review Board already approved the design.
Okay,
Is that?
but that's why
Am I
it's
correct
back
on-
before us if we don't want to approve it, right?
It's back before you for the zone change.
Okay.
From heavy manufacturing to PDPS.
Yeah, but can't we, even though they approved it, if we decided we didn't like it?
Would it have, I'm looking at the city attorney, would it have to go back to DRB for approval if they approve the design? Or could they?
When was the DRB approval?
It was on October 1st.
It was October 1st?
Yep.
May I add something? So because we do have to bring back the artwork, I'm thinking that maybe the art can be incorporated interior as well, where instead of like decorating the doors, and again, that would be before the Public Ad Advisory
I
Committee.
agree with you. Yeah, something like that. I mean, could we, I just want to make sure that the design is more than what I've taken in on Rosecrans. I can't say that I've actually paid much attention to the interior of Minnesota, but see, this one's on a main boulevard like Rosecrans. It's not back in the industrial streets. That's why it's important to me.
Okay.
So is there a way, are you saying that wouldn't they bring it back to say to incorporate like that art design on the doors?
We can revise the condition to
Is
include.
that art design that you're talking about on the Minnesota building now?
On the Minnesota building, I don't believe they have that interior. Yeah.
It's very similar to what's shown here.
I would
Here,
suggest.
So it doesn't really, it has the laser cut stone, but
Can you
not-
show the Minnesota one, maybe?
Yeah, I think if we broke away from this for a moment, and Andres could pull it off of
great.
Google.
Show you.
Hopefully, the Google Map image is
Maybe
up to date.
up to date,
We'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
or
February
you can
was.
go to our company's website,
That's
which will have pictures of it as well.
So so are they trying to pull that up? Is that what they're- So while they're doing that, my other question would be, when we changed the landscaping requirements and wanted to move away from the drought tolerant, what are they called? I forget.
Drought tolerant plants?
Yeah, no. The
Succulent.
specific
The
kinds.
succulents.
Yeah.
And we said, well, does our code need to be changed to incorporate that? Did that happen? That's the building I'm thinking of.
This is on Minnesota.
And you'll
But I
see
it
the
drive down Rosecrans.
red panels in the back.
That artful place, that artful thing right there, the design on the top is what I see when I drive down Rosecrans.
That's a competitor. That's StoreQuest.
That's a competitor, right? Mhm.
Oh, competitive.
What?
Okay.
That is StoreQuest. That's their competitor. It's a different.
I'm sorry, say that again, John?
The property on Rosecrans is StoreQuest, which is one of Ghost Store's competitors.
Yeah, so
But that design is what's on the side of the one when I drive down Rosecrans, right?
No, it's, Andres, you're,
What main boulevard would I drive by and be visible? Is it Alondra then or something?
this, I don't even think you can see it off a lot. You can see the top.
Can, you can
Yeah,
see the
the
top.
top you can. Andres, can you go to Rosecrans? What's the address of that?
Because I'm driving down a main boulevard when I see it.
I know it's east of Garfield, but you happen to know the address?
But anyway,
7540 Rosecrans.
just to move
He's
forward.
gonna, Andres is gonna pull up Rosecrans so you can pinpoint, Mayor Lemons, what it is that you're kind of discussing
Yeah, and I
about.
was wondering if you could tell me, is it visible from any other main boulevard in case I have it confused? Like, would it be Alondra I'm driving down, or is it Rosecrans? But I see it every day.
Yeah, there's
one you see on Rosecrans?
there's what you see on Rosecrans.
This is the one on Rosecrans.
Yes.
No, the one I see has that artwork along the side of it.
That's Alondra.
Yeah, that's off Alondra.
So that's off Alondra?
Yes,
Okay,
that's-
well, that's the one I
that's
see
that one.
daily.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And so that artwork that's there is what you're talking about possibly incorporating on the
Possibly
doors.
something that
Yeah.
we could discuss with the
I
applicant.
just would like to look at something attractive, and metal roll-up doors don't sound
Isn't
attractive.
this like an,
I mean, it wouldn't be visible from, I mean, I guess it would be visible through the glass beyond, but it wouldn't be, I guess, the artwork that you would see.
Yeah, and that's why I asked if they were clear glass windows and what you could see through to, so, because that's what that depicts,
Yeah.
is that I would be looking through clear glass windows and seeing metal roll-up doors.
Or another option could be like make them opaque, where you kind of
like a tint?
tint it a little bit, yeah.
But aren't they going on Patterson Road where you can't even see them from a main boulevard?
No, it's going to front
Is it-
on
Garfield.
Can you go, is it
Yeah, it's on the corner.
Garfield of Garfield and Patterson where
Yeah.
that
So
old,
you'll be able to see it.
So what you'll see is
There,
the
okay.
east and north elevation.
the front of it will face towards Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's
And
something
the
you have
east
to drive
elevation
by
is what
every
you'll
single
see.
day on a main boulevard. And the whole purpose of these storage units are to get rid of blight and enhance. And so we're getting rid of the blight, but I'd like to enhance. Well, you don't drive by it every day, I do.
I mean, I think the one on Minnesota is, it's pretty. I mean,
It
I
is,
think.
But it's only got one side of it that has any decorative element to it.
Madam Mayor, were there any other speakers while the public hearing's open?
Oh,
What?
sorry.
The public hearing's still open, so I was questioning if there are other speakers.
Oh. The public hearing is still open. We haven't closed it yet, so.
Yeah.
It-
So what are we violating? It's a public hearing, it's open discussion, right?
Well, once the public hearing's closed, then the council can begin deliberating on what they'd like to see with the
Yeah, but
project.
this interacts with them. I don't want to close the public hearing.
I'm not,
I hear everything
I'm just
else.
asking if there are other
Yeah.
speakers.
So that would be my greatest concern, and I would ask you how we can preserve getting something like that done and move forward with the project. So that would be my question.
I guess I would say that we can revise the condition of approval because there is a condition right now that basically requires the artwork to come before the Public Advisory Committee. So we could revise that condition to incorporate the steel doors to provide some type of artwork. Obviously, it would be a discussion with the applicant. They can work with staff. And again, that'll be before the Planning Advisory Committee or Art Committee.
If I might, is that a condition of approval on the zone change tonight, or was that a condition of approval on the Planning Commission's?
Or the DRB approval.
Or the DRB approval?
The design is I would say that the exterior design is final, and I think Monica's suggestion is actually very brilliant because it allows the opportunity, and with working with this cooperative applicant, to change something that is outside the scope of the Development Review Board's already approved approval. We can adjust the inside, and if I could look at the applicant, are you open to this kind of discussion?
I mean, we know that there's a continuing discussion about, the artistic element, the design element. So we'd be open to the discussion of how that translates to the inside of the building.
To the inside, right.
Our interest obviously is keeping the project moving in the right direction. So.
And I want to see that happen too, but I'm interested in what's visible from the street.
So if it was amending that condition such that we address the art, right, which we had agreed to on the condition, we need to come back and address that, and how that translates into what's behind the glass, surrounding that art.
Yeah, and I'm going to go drive by the other project just to...
The Minnesota one.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Minnesota one, to get a clear picture for myself in the meantime. But I want to make sure that if it has the view that I think it does from that there's an opportunity to fix it. That's all I'm asking for.
And again, that is brilliant because it still maintains the Development Review Board's approval. So I think that's I hope I'm not overstepping, but this is a good...
So are you saying yes or no? Because I don't know what you're trying to tell me. You're saying it's the redevelopment board's approval?
You're not tampering with the Development Review Board's approval. You're talking about the inside. I think that's brilliant. So yes.
So it's a yes.
Possible. Yeah.
Do I...
I'm confused a little bit, I'm sorry.
What is the condition of approval?
A little bit.
What did the condition of approval say?
So exactly what it states, I don't have that in front of me right now, but it does indicate that the artwork would be basically determined or reviewed before Planning Director, and it would be brought before the Public Art Advisory Committee. So also too, another thing is that if the value of the artwork, which should be 1% of the building permit valuation, if it does not meet that criteria, then they would have to pay an in lieu fee, which goes into the public art fund, which could be utilized to, obviously subject to the Public Advisory Committee approval, but it could be another form of utilizing those funds to provide additional art.
So it sounds like the direction, or at least from the mayor, is to, when they come back with the public art, to have that public art provide some sort of facade obstruction so you're not seeing the roll-up doors. And then I agree, you don't have to amend the condition of approval, and you'll just handle that through the public.
So what I'm understanding is you're saying just if the decision is to just move forward and approve the zone change, you said that's what we need, and that the art element can be dealt with at the time it goes before art review.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not finalized at this point. It's what they're proposing, but it hasn't been finalized.
Okay.
We're still working through it.
Well, and I need to do my homework. I need to go drive by and see what I'm actually
So-
looking at. And then what about the landscaping? Which does it fall under, the old, or did we get to the new? I just want to make sure that we don't have a bunch of succulents out
So
there.
the proposed landscaping, that they'll be required to submit a landscape and irrigation plan. So we'll review the types of plants that they're proposing. There will be parkway trees along Garfield and as well as Patterson Lane. But the final I guess a type of landscaping hasn't been finalized. There is an approved landscape plan or landscape plant listing, which we would compare it to that, make sure that it doesn't include something that is not allowed currently.
And I guess that's my question to you, John. When we made the changes to landscaping.
Right.
And we talked about, do we need to go back and change our ordinance, or is it written still under the old one so that we can make sure we get what we want in the future? What are we under right now?
Are we under the old one, John, or have we approved it for the business districts, for the landscape?
The Planning Commission has approved a recommendation to council, and we're doing the final touch-ups that should get to you, if not December, November or December. But on something like this, we have your policy already in place. We just have to catch up the code to the policy, basically.
So it would fall under the new.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, we understand. We understand your direction.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of this item?
Madam Mayor,
We do have one letter.
there was one letter submitted in support of this item from Athens Services. And it's been placed at the dais for your consideration.
Yes.
Yeah, and is the only, because I didn't recall if you showed it in the project, the only entry for this off of Garfield?
It's on Pedersen, right? There's no entry off Garfield? Or there's an exit off Garfield? An exit on Garfield? Yeah.
Is the,
Entry off Pedersen, exit on Garfield.
okay, because it's my understanding from speaking with Athens, I know that they sent a letter of support, but the call that I received was that was with the understanding that the entry and the exit would be off of Garfield and not on Pedersen, because they're very concerned about the volume of truck traffic that's there already, and they're assuming that this would have a lot of traffic, and they think it's going to create huge congestion problems. Again, living in the area, I will tell you very often the trucks are held up on Pedersen Lane because there's just a turn signal there. So if you combine that with this, isn't that going to present a problem? And is there an option to put it on Garfield?
So I want to switch over to the applicant because he did have a conversation with Athens, and that could have been after your discussion.
No, the phone call was today.
Oh, it was today still? Oh, okay. Adam, can you enlighten us?
Yeah, I mean, we did receive a call from the Athens folks wanting to, and their attorneys wanting to analyze the site plan and discuss. So we do have an agreement with them with this site plan as an exhibit to that agreement.
Is the call that I received today was they read the site plans as the exit and entrance was off Garfield. That's what they specifically called to tell me is, we just want you to know, we think the project is beautiful, we're totally in support of it. We just want to make sure that the exit and the entrance is off Garfield and not off Pedersen Lane. The way we're reading the plans, that's what it looks like to us. Could you make sure that that inquiry gets made tonight? So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, we do have an entrance to the project off of Pedersen Lane and an exit on Garfield. So,
Okay. Could they both be on Garfield? Is that possible?
well, we have to provide circulation through the site for the fire department, so we need that access point off of Pedersen.
And that's an exit or an entrance?
That's an entrance.
How much setback is there in the front of the property? I mean, why can't, if you have to provide circulation, why can't there be one driveway at one end and one driveway at the other for circulation?
It's because it's on the corner, so there is a driveway at each end of the site, but one's on the top, on the north side, which is on Pedersen. Is there a site plan maybe we could pull up to help explain?
I'm concerned because, there's future development that may go in there too. That's going to increase truck traffic quite a bit, and that's a huge concern of theirs. And I will tell you again, it often stacks there now.
So this is news to me because we did sit down and we discussed the site plan, and it is an exhibit to an agreement where we have that they expressed their support for the exact site plan that's attached to this. So, traffic patterns were discussed. They're increasing truck traffic on Pedersen was discussed as well.
And maybe that's what they did, was realize after their discussion with you that they weren't clear on that, because that was the reason I got the specific call, was to say, we need that to be no traffic on Pedersen from this project, because we already have trucks stacking. And so that's not what I'm hearing, that there is going to be, because you're going to enter off of Pedersen. Right?
That's correct. We're not going to be able to agree to not have any access off of Pedersen.
But what is your, Adam, do you happen to know what your average daily car traffic is?
I think it's
up this other project?
Yeah, it's 15 to 20, and that's two-way. Each car is two trips, a trip in and a trip out, and we're talking about 20 to 30 total trips on a daily basis. Yes.
So 15 cars, if you will.
Yes.
Over a 24-hour period.
Well, we're not open 24 hours,
Okay.
but yes, yes.
And I think more importantly than how many, I would say, is there a certain time of day where the volume's higher?
With such light traffic, it's off-peak, if you will. Morning, peak morning and peak AM and PM is where we open at 9 AM and we close at 6 PM. So, the traffic is sort of thinly spread across the day. There's no rush hour with the way we operate.
Is it mostly weekends that you have the peak time, or?
Yeah, you have more because the bulk of our customers are residents. So yeah, they have day jobs during the week. So we do have higher traffic on the weekends versus the weekdays, which could complement nicely Athens
And how many
hours.
total units are there?
The unit mix, it's going to be between 800 and 1,000.
800 and 1,000, and you only have
Storage
20
units.
people a day?
Yes.
Storage facility, yeah.
Yes.
How many do you have on Minnesota?
Like 750.
Okay.
The concern's been raised. I know it's a real concern being in the area. And for the trucks, it's entry and exit, because they enter in to dump and they exit to go out to do their shifts.
Right.
And that's the concern that was raised to me, and that was the specific only concern that they had. So,
Yes, ma'am. This is just surprising to me because we extensively worked through it with the Athens people and even at the Planning
do you know
Commission.
who you talked to?
Well, at the Planning Commission, we spoke mainly with their attorney, Victor De La Cruz. Ed Rendon got up and spoke in support at our Planning Commission
Yeah, we
hearing.
received a letter in support.
Yes.
And then I received a phone call with clarification, that, hey, we want you to know we looked at this project, we love it, we think it's beautiful, we see that all the traffic, egress and ingress is going to be on Garfield, which is perfect for us, we just don't want them on Pedersen Lane.
Yeah, that seems to me like they're reversing their support that they've given. It's been the case, nothing's changed,
Let me,
there is no gotcha here.
When do we meet again? Is it in 2 weeks?
Yes, we have a meeting in 2 weeks.
I'd like to table this for those 2 weeks and have another conversation with Athens and do a little bit of truck research and also give time to go by that building. So maybe this can just all go away, or if not, then we need to deal with the real concerns before, we move forward with the project.
I have a question, though. Is a zone change versus what she's talking about? So the zone change is to make the zone change on the property. She's talking about aesthetics and parking in and out.
But
Does
that's
it-
already been, oh, go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out the
Yeah, it's
difference.
already been approved, so
Yeah,
that's
so
the only
there-
way we have to hold it up.
The request
So-
tonight is just
The zone change, which
Yeah,
we can
the
do
whole
tonight.
design
But if
has
you
been
do, The
approved.
design's already approved by planning.
Right.
So it's the only thing you can do to hold it up, otherwise it's a go. The only thing you can do is hold up zoning while you clear things up, because once you approve
Madam Mayor?
zoning, the project's already been approved by planning. Am I not correct?
By
So
the
it's a go.
review board. I'll read the, from the zone change, what is in there. Development review, all conditions of development review application number 22 005 are applicable unless superseded by relevant changes to the Paramount Municipal Code. So that's refers to the design. So the design is essentially already approved.
The other point to make is that because this is an ordinance, tonight you are only introducing the ordinance.
I'm sorry, I need you to speak up. I can't hear you.
This is an ordinance, so it's only introduction tonight. You will approve it at the next meeting. So no matter what you do, tonight you are not giving final approval to the zone change.
And that's what I want to know. So what halts the project then? If redevelopment, planning's already approved it, and then we approve the ordinance, what halts moving forward with the plan as is, then what will halt that while we figure out these questionable questions?
Well, nothing. They got to approve the condition of approval. I'm saying that tonight is not the final approval of the zone change, though. If you introduce the ordinance tonight,
So we can introduce it and then we have another chance to
Yes.
not approve the ordinance is what you're saying for zone change?
correct.
Okay, got it.
And Madam Mayor, if I may add, so the circulation, so the entrance from Pedersen and Garfield, that was a requirement from the fire department to allow the fire trucks to turn around. So we could work with the engineer as we review and work with the site plan to see if there's an alternative to limit, vehicles from entering that area. But again, that's something that we'd have to talk with engineer
what I'd
and the
like-
fire department.
I appreciate that, and what I want to do is I'll just make a phone call and get clarification, and maybe the person who called me has it wrong, as well as when I tell them what the volume is, maybe it will make no difference. And so I'm understanding that this is just an introduction anyway, and we have to wait for the final zoning, so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll help move the process along. Okay, we did those in favor. Was that the only one?
That was the only one.
Okay, is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos?
Yes.
Mayor Lemons?
Yes. Can I have a motion on the item?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Could I have roll call, please?
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos?
Yes.
Mayor Lemons?
Yes. Okay. We are going to move to the environmental sustainability report.
Yes, Madam Mayor, with the state organics waste recycling law now in effect, properties have extra recycling barrels to comply with the law, and that is commercial industrial properties. And we've noticed at several commercial properties with trash bins and recycling barrels that they're starting to store them outside of the designated trash enclosures. So trash enclosures, as we know, were built to store trash and recycling bins and barrels out of public view. However, that doesn't seem to be happening in many cases, and we have a solution that we feel is business friendly. So with that, I'll turn it over to our planning and building director, Mr. John King, to walk you through the item. John?
Thank you, John. Thank you, Mayor Lemons and council members. So just another presentation about trash. I know we talked about Athens already. It just so happens that when Edward Rendon, Bill Kelpikoff, and Alice Millett were at the Planning Commission meeting for the Go Store It project, they were also in attendance for this, and they had no comment. They appeared to have no problems with this proposal, and actually backs them up. So we're trying to help them out, trying to help out the Public Works Department about trash enclosures. So we have regulations. We kind of caught up with the state and their organic waste mandates, and now we want to include that and have some consistency with zoning, with businesses and homeowners, so we're all on the same page and have some easy regulations or easier regulations for code enforcement deals with some issues. And you can see a kind of extreme case here. We want to give code enforcement the proper tools to do their job. So again, the Planning Commission reviewed and recommended approval unanimously October 1st. And just kind of looking at this photo, it kind of tells the story here. You have a trash enclosure, kind of double, one for the trash, one for recyclables. What's not there is for the newer bins, the organic waste bins that are now required or now getting rolled out to the to businesses and elsewhere. You'll see there's gates, but they're open. You'll see the trash bins inside. Well, the gates themselves are rusty. They look pretty bad. They have chip paint, so bad condition. And you can see this guy here, the graffiti, the tagging there. So you're dealing with we have issues of vandalism. We have issues of deteriorated gates, and most actually don't, but they should have this cover. More recent developments have the cover to keep. You don't want rainfall going in and getting sludge out into the pavement, making it more sticky. So some of those covers are deteriorating. Then you see the boxes here. They're not smashed down. They're just taking up space and rolling out. So then you have the horrible conditions. And we could say that there is a code enforcement case in addition for the weeds there. So the kind of the weeds issue, it's unsafe. So we're dealing with safety. We're dealing with keeping up with the state mandates and health and safety. Single-family homes, as you know, are required to store trash barrels out of view until the hauler picks up trash, and then so those are the carts. But then if a property has 5 homes or more, that's when they transition into the bin, the requirement to have an enclosure. So you have 2 categories. You have the single family homes basically, and then the larger residential properties, businesses, even institutional like the city and county facilities or county facility. You have to have an enclosure. Again, the state passed organic waste mandates, and you, the council, in 2021, you passed your regulations. So just getting everything lined up. So what's in this ordinance? Some new definitions, and then we're making sure that there's consistency in the code. Again, back to consistency. If you look at the code now, we have residential zones. One of the zones, the R2 zone, says that if a property has 4 homes or more on the property, that property is required to have a trash enclosure. But other residential zones say 5 homes or more, so we're making it consistent. We're lining it with all the other policies out there. 5 or more units. So that's the threshold. If there are 5 or more homes on a property, they have to move to getting that shared enclosure. So what else is in there? Accounting for, again, organic waste container storage. We don't want them stored out on the outside. Some businesses, you might find them on the drive-by. You'll see them on the sidewalk repeatedly, not just the one day. You might see them. Some are putting them on top of the enclosures, believe it or not. So very unsightly. You want to keep those behind closed doors. Providing minimum requirements for maintenance. So from the photo before, you'll see there's issues about how they look, how they smell. You end up with again sticky concrete surfaces. We don't want that. So we do have development standards now, but kind of tightening them up to talk about making sure that the enclosures are constructed out of block. They have required openings that now meet there are ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act requirements for newer enclosures. Making sure they have a curb on the inside to protect the inside, making sure they have that roof, and we call them fly-tight lids, so the lids stay down and the flies don't come in and out. Also, to accommodate, we're a built-out city with limited space, so we came up with a process. There can be a process to convert the equivalent of a parking space. So maybe it's a parking space. If parking's an issue, we're not going to go that way, but maybe a parking space, maybe landscaping, the equivalent size of one parking space, with an administrative permit to accommodate the expansion of an enclosure to get the extra stuff in there. Here's another example. This one's another wide open enclosure. It's not too chipped out, but you can see there's some rust. There is some discoloration. It's wide open, and you have the carts on the outside, and no roof. So this is an opportunity at this location to kind of do the little expansion into this landscape area. Yes, we're not entirely happy of losing landscaping. We love the landscaping, but we have to make some choices, and that may be the best in that circumstance. So with that, we're recommending approval. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there questions? I have a question. So the enclosure that you just showed, how would this proposal affect that one?
So for this, it's more about the space. So adding an additional area to accommodate these guys that are constantly kept out in the open.
Are you talking about an additional trash enclosure area?
Yes, and we're trying to be business friendly. So rather than completely taking down and rebuilding the enclosure, working with the businesses to propose and construct something on the side.
Because I got some complaints about this, and I remember talking to you, John, and one of the possible proposals was going to be that it could be landscaping instead of a block wall. Yeah, and so I don't see that mentioned here. Did you guys move away from that?
No, that's still the case. It's written very general in the ordinance, so it's not sticking to one specific material. So in this case, yes, the property owner could take out some of that landscape, put in some gravel or whatever it be to roll up the carts on, and then conceal it with landscape or fencing material or lattice or some other one.
Yeah, 'cause
to
that's-
be approved by the planning department. That's the key, is that they have to come and get approval by the planning department as to what material they would be using to screen that area. The same thing with the other one, the really, really bad one that had the graffiti on the trash can, that other picture. There was space in between the trash enclosure and that wall. Same thing, you can build an extension just to conceal that, so.
So it has those options built into it?
Yes, options are built in.
Okay, because I know that was a concern, because building a whole new structure, they said, was extremely expensive.
Yeah, that's what he told me too.
Yeah.
Right. As we do, we try to be flexible. We work with the community, and we can work it out. I would be remiss to point out, the city clerk was kind of looking at me. So before you, we did make a few very minor changes to the ordinance, and that's before you. The changes are in red. If you want to glance through, they're very minor.
Any questions? Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos?
Yes.
Mayor Lemons?
Yes. Okay, we're going to move to comments and committee reports, and Vice Mayor, we'll start with you.
Actually,
Ma-
Madam Mayor. if I could-
Madam Mayor,
Was-
that was a public
Public
hearing.
hearing.
So
Saw that.
I think we
Can I have
missed,
a motion to close the public hearing?
well, we should probably ask for comments from the public.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition?
No, motion to close the public hearing?
So moved. Been moved and seconded to close the public hearing. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos?
Yes.
Mayor Lemons?
Yes. We had the motion already on the item. Do you want it again? Are we good?
We should do it one more time.
Okay. Can I have a motion on the item?
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Aguayo?
Yes.
Councilmember Delgadillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Quer-Stallings?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Olmos?
Yes.
Mayor Lemons?
Yes. Okay, now we'll move into comments and committee reports, and Vice Mayor, I'll start with you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a couple of announcements I wanted to say. Actually, to Mr. Aguilar, thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. And I just really want to say thank you for all that you've done for the Historical Society. I could just tell you this gentleman here has been out promoting our organization with flyers and membership. Actually, you actually got us a membership, I think, a couple weeks ago. So again, thank you for your time, and we've definitely invited you to come to our executive meeting. I know Mondays you've been busy with the car shows, but we're hoping that our next executive board meeting that you can join us, and we're happy to discuss any things that we can improve on, but we're all ears. So again, thank you for all your participation with us in the Historical Society. Appreciate it. A couple of things. On Saturday, we had our cleanup with, in collaboration with Caltrans, Assemblymember Solache, and Senator Lina Gonzalez. I just have to say to the Paramount residents, you guys showed up. Steve, Maggie, all the staff that was there. It was a great turnout. I think everybody really enjoyed themselves, from cleaning up the freeway, from painting homes, cleaning the park. So again, thank you to everybody who participated, and thank you for Caltrans for making this happen. I also attended the Cal Cities conference. Again, just a couple of things that stood out to me. I attended the effective parking management talk about ways to effectively park in our communities, which I thought was super interesting. Not sure how that's a one-size-fits-all for our cities. But I like how they bring cities that are like bigger than us that have these great ideas, and maybe it just doesn't fit our city of Paramount. The other one that stood out to me was effective parking and the power of public transportation. I think with us having our metro coming through, they were just talking about ways that we as residents and community members, should start taking the bus or the metro and just finding, creative ways of not driving our cars, but to maybe focus on public transportation. So something to think about. I do want to remind the community that on November 2nd, we're going to have, and I keep chopping this up, is it Zantolo? Our Dia de los Muertos Zantolo event, huh? Zantolo. And I think the ask here is that many residents have come up to me and asked me, how do we do an ofrenda? How do we make one? There is information out now on our social media pages of if you would like to build an ofrenda, you guys are welcome to. It will be on November 2nd. I think I had that right?
Yes.
All right, thank you for that. And I do also wanted to end this meeting, but I do want to say happy birthday to our mayor, Peggy Lemons. You're 15 all over again, and we just, at the end of this meeting, we'll be singing happy birthday to you. Oh. That's all I have, Madam Mayor. Oh, actually, wait, one more thing. John and myself, we did attend a meeting with our Lieutenant Governor, Eleni, Kanalakis. Oh my God. The roundtable was basically getting all the Southeast LA cities together, talking about what we've done for immigration. So each city had an opportunity to kind of speak on some of their responses when it came to humanitarian money or education. And then her ask was, well, what can I take back to the governor? And she had mentioned to us that there was funding for the cities. And we were like, yeah, where's the funding? We're like, none of the cities have seen it. We've given $100,000 out of our general fund, and is that right? Yeah, right. And we were just saying, how do we recoup that money? So if the governor has funds for us, we'd be very interested. But she was very surprised that we didn't know about the funding. So we're not sure if it's going to the county or we just don't know. So anyways, good conversation. And that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Delgadillo?
Okay, Madam Mayor. I attended the 30th Annual California JPIA Risk Management Educational Forum in the city of Carlsbad, and I truly enjoyed the session titled Stop, Collaborate, and Listen. This session included several effective trust-building tools for local governments. And also, Madam Mayor, happy birthday tomorrow to you. And that is all I have in conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Cuellar Stallings.
Yes, I have a couple items. I did also visit Cal City's conference, and I was invited to attend a tour and a luncheon through the COG, the Urban Orchard Park in Southgate by the LA River. We had visitors from Washington, D.C., from the Transportation Department. The ladies that visited, they were very, very happy and excited how the city of Southgate incorporated the LA River and made it a park with orchards and also a pond. So they really enjoyed their visit here in Southern California. I already mentioned that. And last, I would like to say thank you to the deputy sheriffs. I know I showed up kind of early last week to thank some of our deputies for everything they do for the city of Paramount. Thank you very much. I always hear praise reports about all of you and how you are so professional and so caring about our residents. So thank you, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the city of Paramount. And last, I wanted to bring back to the council the turnabout in my street on Orizaba and Madison. I have quite a few residents still approaching me and asking me what is the future of that turnabout. I told them it costs quite a bit to continue building, and I even had a former council member that is still inquiring. He stopped by my house Sunday, and is there going to be a tree planted? And I told him I believe in the future we are going to have a city council meeting regarding this. Is that correct, John?
Yes, yes, it is correct.
Okay, so will he be invited, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I greatly appreciate it. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Aguayo.
All right, so I was also in attendance at the JPIA forum, and I have all kinds of notes. I was sharing earlier how this particular conference, there's so much information that the first one I remember, my head was kind of spinning trying to sort things out. But it's so interesting to me always how I say that there's no gray or middle ground in this, because again, these are things that we need to do to, whether it's ADA compliance or even things on like social media. But this time, so again, it's very black and white. It's, the things that we can and should do and the things that, we just, that as cities, we need to be careful about so that, again, we don't get into trouble. But one of the sessions was on like youth protections, and not just with that, but also like staff, what we can do to protect, from potential lawsuits and litigations and things that we should be doing to protect our staff to avoid those situations. There was also, I also attended Governing in Contentious Times, and actually I really appreciated that. So it was Lakewood City Manager and former Mayor of La Palma, and the delivery was so different from both of them, but it really, it was refreshing in so much information that's coming at us that, again, Lakewood City Manager, it was very almost casual, the delivery of just the message and how to deal with just the times we're living, and very being open about things. And so it was really good. But their style was so different. And you were sitting in that one too, right, yes, John? But yeah, the delivery was so different. Yeah. But yeah, that was great. I was also at the League conference, and we listened to the session on disruptive meetings, and they talked a lot about rules of decorum. Yeah. And again, it's one of those where you hear what they're saying, we're like, we do that, we do that, and we see how it does help. So that was really good. And their closing speaker was actually Erin Brockovich, which was really interesting to hear her. She talked a lot about, of course, the environmental issues and that, but her process of where she got to where she was. And I think, and so she said it was stick-to-itiveness, and it was like, when there's something and you know where it should be going, to really stick to it and do your homework. She said, sometimes, yes, it's a gut feeling, but do your homework on it. Ask the questions and be present in those moments. So that was really, really neat to see. Actually, I think that's all I have. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I had the opportunity to visit the USC campus and speak to some newly elected council members and some city managers to talk about collaboration and the role of council members, and really proud to represent the city of Paramount and talk about all of the different organizations and entities that we do collaborate with to make Paramount so successful. Also was able to visit the Alondra campus for the Hispanic Heritage event that they had. They had a great turnout, some wonderful entertainment by the students. The Public Safety Expo was great, and I was manning the mayor's booth for snacks and chats, and just had lots of visitors with really great questions, but again, really proud to say lots of compliments about the event and how terrific it was and all of the resources that you were providing to them, so excellent job again to staff. We also had the opportunity to meet with Senator Gonzalez regarding SB 79, which unfortunately passed and was signed by the governor, but we expressed to her our dissatisfaction with the ordinance and how it usurped local control and was going to have a negative impact on our communities, and we will continue to try to put forward our residents' feelings about these bills and try to get Sacramento to listen to us, which is no easy task. And in that light, I also had an interview with Capital News regarding the passage of of 79 and how communities felt about that. And I was very direct in saying that our legislators are not listening to us. They're not asking for our input as they should, and they continue to have a one-size-fits-all type attitude towards all of the communities, whether it be Northern California or Southern California, and we're definitely very different, and would use this opportunity again to say you need to listen to your constituents. And with that, staff, do you have a report?
Yes, Madam Mayor, just one thing. As you know, the air monitoring that the city has been doing for the last 6 years has actually worked. We have seen in 3 instances at one monitor where there was a little bit of a spike above 1.0, and I informed you that we let the AQMD know. They came out and did their investigation, and they found 2 businesses that were not in compliance with their permits. So they handled it, and our recent report, monitoring results came back, and the levels are back down. So that's good. The investment that this council made on those monitors is paying off. It really has, to ensure the health and safety of our residents. And it was good collaboration between us and the Air District, I must say so.
Thank you.
Sure.
If there's nothing else, we will adjourn to our.
Oh, Madam Mayor, we have to sing happy birthday to you. I'm too fast. All right, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Dear Madam Mayor, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yay. Now you can adjourn.
At some point in time, you don't even want to hear the word happy birthday.
That's true.
With that, we stand adjourned until October 28, 2025 at 5 p.m. Thank you, everyone.